She's coming back.
In this video, we are at Whiteland Restorations to make use of the lift. For Betty has a top ball joint, which technically is that way up, to replace on the passenger side. A little bit of play found at the last MOT, and finally, about 10 months later, we're doing something about it. And yeah, hopefully it'll be an easy job. I've not done one of these before. She had the other side done down at up and down in Fareham when she came into the country. The top one was so bad it was kind of just rattling around in the arm. This one isn't that bad, but we shall still get it done. So we're going to have to get the top arm off. It's a double wishbone setup on the front, and then we're going to have to use a hydraulic press to push out the old bearing and then pop in the new one. Should be fun. Lever lift. Yeah, that looks nice. Off with the new wheel. Very happy with the look of those. Even better once we actually get the centre cap sorted. And yes, they are going the wrong way on one side of the car. So if you come in, I shall turn on my awesome Whiteland Restorations head torch, and this is the ball joint we need to replace. So if yeah, you can hear there's a bit of play in there. So we need to get the pinch bolt off. That's what holds the ball joint to the arm, and then we've got to undo these two to get the whole arm out. I'm hoping the spring isn't in the way of those rearmost bolts, and then yeah, should be good to go. You very rarely see YouTubers using actual penetrating oil, but I'm going to give all the threads of the bolts a bit of a soaking. We're using Ferrosol by Built Amber on this occasion, but yeah, there are plenty of very good products out there. That's a Whiteland Restoration favourite. So it just helps. We've got a little wire brush, so you can get the dirt out of the threads, so you're not chewing stuff up. Just give it a little clean. Give it its best chance of coming undone. Right, are you going to come undone? Oh, oh, yes. Let's move it back and forth a bit. Yeah, I think that's going to come. Help it along its way a little bit. Oh, sorry, Betty. Always make sure you've driven the car here on a really wet, muddy day before starting work. It just makes it so much easier. I need mild hammer, I think.
Is that not the reality of an Aussie Ford in the UK?
Well, yeah, yes. Poor thing. Oh, might have to drift that out. I can unscrew it out. I think maybe a screwdriver just to
Convince
tap it out. Might be able to hammer. Oh yeah, that'll be the one.
If in doubt, hammer.
Yep, that's the pinch bolt out. Oh, okay, we won't be needing a ball joint splitter. There we go. I might just grab a cable tie just to
Put that
hold that up out the way. Well, they are turning. Oh, there we go. That's a reminder, final tightening you really want to do with the car on its suspension. I think there's just going to be room to get the bolts out past the suspension spring. It's going to be fun.
So it was going well. It was looking like a 5-minute job, and
then the difficulty with the bolts are kind of hitting the spring, proving a little tricky to get them out. I reckon this one is coming out. This one over here, a bit more of a pain. Right, and the bolts out. We get the arm out. What a hefty bit of metal that is.
Are we surprised?
Yeah, that's our dead ball joint. Oh yeah. You can probably hear that. That is not ever so ideal. So now, once Lewis returns, we need to work out how to push this out. I have no idea.
Go on.
Yeah, I think they're about the same. We were just noticing the difference in heat in distance, but then
Move this hand so we can have a proper look.
Yeah, that shouldn't do that, I don't think. Certainly the new one does not do that. So I think that is very much our problem, but that is just, yeah, that is had it. Right, we're raw dogging it without heat.
Yeah.
What wording was that?
Would you prefer other wording? Oh.
There she goes. Look at that.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Oh, it was easy.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Bing.
It wasn't even tight. Surprised it stayed in there.
Yeah. We've done out with the old and in with the new.
As long as it's on the right side, it'll be alright.
Yeah.
So now you're getting it back in situ.
Yep, that's one bolt through.
So the new one is very stiff, isn't it?
It is. We're struggling to get it in, so we're just trying to raise the suspension leg to make it a little easier, a little more inclined to pop in the last bit home. It's definitely dropping.
So where are you to now? Is it home?
We've eventually, with the use of a jack to help with alignment, managed to get the ball joint to go back into this, what would you call it, top of the knuckle, I guess. But yeah, it's interesting that Ford Australia did not use the McPherson strut on the front of this car. So after the Mark III and, well, actually no, all the Cortinas after Mark III used double wishbone and then went back to McPherson strut. The next thing we need to do is transmission fluid, because yesterday morning when we went for a drive,
She had none.
she had none. She loses drive very briefly first thing in the morning if the transmission fluid is low. So we're not sure it's leaking, but we'll have a look while we're up in the air, and we'll stick some more in, hope for the best.
So you mentioned you needed to tighten them when there was pressure on the suspension.
Yeah, you don't want to tighten the bush while it's not in its normal position, I don't think. Maybe it makes no difference at all, but that's what I think. And while we're here, up in the air, I'm going to do an oil change as well. Can't do spark plugs because I still don't have any. Been meaning to order some of those for a while.
Are you sure they're not in her boxes of wonder?
Pretty sure, but we will have a look. But yeah, oil and filter we can do.
So Betty's getting that long-awaited oil change?
Yeah, this is overdue. I don't know how far overdue.
I know it's been in discussion for a while.
It has.
Ooh, yeah.
That's black. Probably been 6,000 miles and 18 months, I think, since her last change.
This is car ASMR.
So the difference in oil filter size between Betty and Shemmy is hilarious. This is enormous. But I've taken a tip from old Vice Grip Garage himself, good old Derek. Always write the dates and mileage on your filters, because if you've got multiple cars, it's easy to lose track. So a sensible person would have written it on top where you can see it when it's on the car. But yeah, it's a start. I'm going to write it on the side as well. We can guarantee wherever I write it won't be on top when we finish tightening it.
So the oil's all drained out, and now you're going to pop the filter on.
Yeah, I'm just putting the sump plug back in.
Lovely. That's because that is a fatal error if you leave that out.
Amazing how often it happens. But no, I've never done that.
Have you not?
Amazingly. I know it's hard to believe.
You know people go through all the back catalogue now. Try and find one.
I once thought I had done it because I had a Mini. And I poured the oil into the engine, checked the dipstick, and it was like, well, there's no oil. What's going on? Looked underneath it, oil everywhere. I was like, oh no. But the rocker cover gasket was so knackered, when I poured the oil in, a bit heavy-handed, it all just leaked out the back of the rocker cover and down the back of the engine. So that was nice.
You were a bit heavy-handed.
No. Right, so we'll get this filter off.
You did it hand tight, didn't you?
Yeah, which way's undo? That's anti-clockwise, yeah.
So what are you just doing?
I'm just lubricating the seal on the filter with oil from the old filter. Because if you don't do that, they become an utter pig to get off. I want to clean my hands. There's a lovely white oil filter.
So, new oil filter going in situ.
Yep, goes up there somewhere.
Just stick it up in the air and see what happens.
Pretty much. Doing too tight.
Nope. And you've
tight
just
enough
mentioned
key.
you can actually see the date.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Right, now she can come down and we can put the fresh oil in.
What we reckoning?
Oh, straight in the hole. Perfect judgment, really.
2 litres, how many does she take?
I'm thinking probably 4.5. But yeah, we got a leak from the timing chain tensioner, I think, which is down here. So you have to get the belt off, which means you've got to get the fans out to get the tensioner.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, and then take the power steering pump assembly off, move it out the way to get it out. But I'm slightly nervous of that job.
Funny that. There we go.
So I'm glad I bought my oil in bulk, because it is very likely we'll need 5.5 litres of oil. How annoying is that? And how leaky is this? All over the blooming place.
So currently we're 4 litres in.
Here we are. And we are in the middle of OK.
Okay.
So, but of course we haven't filled the oil filter. The oil filter yet. That'll be empty. And I'm not one for filling them before they go on. I can hear the outrage already. We don't want to overfill. Overfill's definitely bad news. Give it a wipe. Lovely clean oil on the dipstick.
Concentration.
Yeah, we are at full there. So what I'm going to do now, start her up, get the oil circulating,
And then see where we're at.
let's see where we're at.
Okay, go.
No oil pressure light. Did take a while for the needle to start moving, but there it is. What was that noise, Betty?
I don't know if that was spill or electric sound.
Exciting. Just wait for the oil to settle and we'll remeasure.
Okay, so you've just dipped and we are below the level. So how much are you going to go for now? 1/2 litre?
Yeah, I think 1/2 litre. That's about what the oil filter was, isn't it?
If you put 800 in the last one and we're going for 5.5 litres, then technically it does need 700 mils.
Okay. I'm just going to pour that in.
Because you put 800 instead of a litre.
I did.
So theoretically it could take
I
700.
was just going to creep up on it. Take it gently. Don't surprise it. I don't like being surprised.
Thought we were going gently, not chucking.
No, but looking at the dipstick, I think that's probably about right. Takes time, folks. You can't rush these things. Should probably put a new serpentine belt on at some point. We've only done that once in
How about we
46,000
fix my car?
kilometres.
How about we fix my car?
There is that as well.
Yeah, that's an idea.
This is the problem. We're always trying to fix the dailies as well. I mean, there's that green thing, but you don't speak of the green thing.
I love the green thing. Fight for Team Green thing.
No,
Yes,
the fight is over.
it is not.
I think we're just about there.
There we go. It's 5.5 then, isn't it?
Yeah. How irritating is that?
That is really poor.
Unless you sell oil. Actually, we are still slightly below. I reckon it's about 100 mil below.
Okie
That's
dokie.
going to be a fun one to try and measure. It's very neat for me. Says use 1030 oil. No.
Why no?
Because 1040 is what I found.
I thought you were going to have some good reason as to the why.
No.
Just no.
This is HC Synthese engine oil, 1040. I don't really know what that is. It says it's classic, but I'll be checking that in the 2CV as well. It's oily. It's the main thing.
There are folks on the internet who are very particular about, types of oil and mixing oil and not necessarily using the oil that is suggested by a manufacturer, but you just chuck stuff in it.
Yeah. There we go. We are there.
Perfect.
Yep.
Great.
So I've just did the air filter as well. And we're done.
So now for the air filter.
Yep. Oh, look at that. That's barely even dirty.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
That's not bad.
Are you going to put it back in?
No.
You're going to put a new one in.
I'm not that cardy. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. This is genuine performance, new vehicle warranties protected, improved fuel economy. Oh, well, there we go. We don't need to get a more economical car. We just need a more economical air
see.
filter.
Did
Yeah.
you buy that one, or was that one from the Box of Wonder?
That was from... I've forgotten his name. I'll have to look it up.
But very kindly sent a lot of
Oh,
service
no.
stuff. We lost another hook.
These things come unhooked so much. I need my head torch, I can't see anything. And there we go. Another half a service for Betty, the trusty Australian Ford. But it seems to have gone really well. We've got a lot done. Got the ball joint done. That was a major one. And an oil change as well. And topped the transmission up. So hopefully she'll be okay for a bit. Still things to order. Still need to do brake overhauls. There's lots to do. There always is lots to do. But we've got other cars that also need a lot to do. So
Jimmy.
thank you very much for watching. Don't forget you can head to the HubNut store and buy lovely merchandise. Or you can go to the Whiteland Restoration store and buy lovely head torches. Huge thanks to Lewis for letting us come in and use the ramp today. It's so good, I think we might just move here. That'd be fine, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And we shall see you in a future video. Farewell.